Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing tonight. Basketball, Wyalusing and Wellsboro from the Hornets' Nest in Wellsboro, Pennsylvania. Okay. Okay, great.
Racial or sexist comments, or their inappropriate actions directed at officials. Student athletes, coaches, and team representatives will not be tolerated. Under grounds of both this side competition and all other NCL competitions for the remainder of the year. We appreciate your interest in our athletic programs and our student athletes. Enjoy the game. At this time, please rise for the national anthem.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Blue Ridge Cable Network's broadcast of area high school basketball. Tonight, from the Hornets' Nest in Wellsboro, Pennsylvania, it's Wellsboro boys basketball as the Hornets take on the Rams from Wyalusing in a key matchup between these two fine basketball teams. Wellsboro coming in with their record of 3-1 and Wyalusing matching them as well. So both teams off to a great start this season. As Wyalusing, they're actually second in the Class AA standings behind Muncie. Muncie at 5-1, Wyalusing 3-1. Wellsboro also with their 3-1 record. We look to have a great game tonight. We hope to have a great game. Our games on the Blue Ridge haven't been actually nail-biters so far this season. In fact, looking back at the games we've done this year, there's not been one single lead change after the first minute of any game we've done. So the first minute could be critical tonight. No lead changes at all in any games that we have done, so it's going to be critical who's winning after minute number one, because that could be the deciding factor tonight. Wellsboro playing excellent basketball. We'll talk a little bit more as the game progresses. Of course, Joe Grab, now at Aspire Academy in Ohio. A tough loss that Wellsboro had at the beginning of October when that was announced, but the Hornets under the tutelage of Steve Adams have done a marvelous job and have put themselves in a great position as we start the ball game. Connor Adams, he's the quarterback of the team, working the ball inside to Keene. First shot by the Hornets, that's short, but pulling down the rebound. Callahan, Darren Callahan, he's off to a good start this season, and really one of the guys who has picked up his game dramatically in place of Joe Grab. Into the front court comes Wyalusing. It's Hunter Moss kicking it over to Mitchell Burke. Burke misses his shot, and down with the rebound quickly comes Wellsboro. Long three-pointer, that doesn't go. And getting the rebound and putting it back in. Very nice play there. Thank you very much. The sophomore, Peyton McClure, who's averaging 17 points a game as he gets the first two. And if you believe in what we're doing with Blue Ridge so far this season and no lead changes after the first minute, the Hornets are going to win this ball game by at least 30 tonight, considering how many times we've had games almost and into the mercy rule as well. doubt it's going to be that way. It's going to be a good competitive game throughout, but the Hornets do have that early lead. Whistle on the floor. Isaac Keene hit on the play. Foul call that's going to go against number 13, Hunter Moss. Moss's first foul, team's first. Long three-point shot doesn't go. Having the rebound knocked away there was Darren Callahan, and here come the Rams. Both teams sporting 3-1 records here in the early going. Working the weave very nicely are the Rams, but not nice enough so that there's not a steal, and not nice enough that Darren Callahan doesn't make them pay with a basket. So 4-0 now in favor of Wellsboro as they get up early. Three-point shot from the wing, no good. Rebound brought down for Peyton McClure. McClure, excellent outside shooter. One of the players who has benefited certainly from an increased role that he's getting as a sophomore, with Joe Grab being in Ohio. Rimming that one out was Callahan. Wyalusing looks for their first hoop at the 5:33 mark. Graydon Cobb. Jump shot by Cobb, gets off the front of the rim, no good. And down comes Isaac Keene. Wellsboro showing a lot of patience on offense as they look for the good shot to take. Kicking it back outside, nice shot from the top of the key, but that doesn't fall for Isaac Keene. And Wyalusing comes out with the rebound. Lucas Milne back over to Mitchell Burke. Shot by Graydon Cobb, grazes the rim, and that's all. Wyalusing cold here at the outset. Wellsboro looks to increase their advantage. Working into Manning. Liam Manning goes up, and he's fouled on the play. Once again, as has been the case all season long, varsity game going first at 6 o'clock. JV game going as the second game. Two substitutions now coming in. Blake Morningstar and Isaiah Way. Isaiah Way and Morningstar. Morningstar a sophomore, Way as a junior. In fact, only two seniors on the Wyalusing team. Wellsboro comes up but misses the opportunity there. Scooping up the basketball is Graydon Cobb. Cobb getting it over to Morningstar. Underneath. And there's going to be the first foul of the game on Wellsboro as Manning, it looks like, had the body on Morningstar. Don't want to get Liam in any foul trouble. He leads Wellsboro, averaging over 17 points a game. Halfway through quarter number one on a cold Thursday night. We're glad you're with us on the Blue Ridge Cable Television Network and on the Wellsboro streaming service. Right now, the seal is tight on the Wyalusing basket, but showing great patience. Morningstar is going to put one up. That goes around the rim and out. Manning clears it over, gets it to Connor Adams. Keene thought about it, gets it into Manning. Manning puts it up off the glass. He can't connect. Graydon Cobb sweeps the rebound down. And Cobb's going to go coast to coast, but a great defensive play by Adams. Peyton McClure back to Adams, and there's going to be a blocking foul, and that's going to go against Abram Bennett. his first foul. That's the third team foul already. And freshman Hayes Campbell, 6'2", comes into the game. Hayes Campbell. Thinking about the shot, but not taking it. Adams works it over to McClure. Shot there by Callahan in the paint. And Darren scores 6-0. The Hornets off to the quick lead. Both teams 3-1. Both teams looking to increase their ranking in the respective AA and AAA bracket for PIAA playoff consideration, District 4 consideration. Moving it back, Callahan's going to put it up, no good. I'm going to guess Wyalusing hasn't been shut out too often in any quarter this season. But right now they're 2 minutes and 15 seconds away from having that fact happen. Shot there by Morningstar, that's not going to go. Getting the rebound, putting that up no good is Mitchell Burke. But he's hacked and whacked on the play, and he should go to the free throw line. Personal foul is going to be called on Callahan. Callahan's first foul. And they're not going to get shut out in the first quarter tonight. First point of the game. And it goes to Mitchell Burke. Burke will get a second foul shot. And good for him, and he makes them both. So 2 free throws for Mitchell Burke. And the seal is off the Wyalusing basket. Callahan into the front court. Over to Hayes Campbell. Here's McClure. McClure thought about driving. Pulled it back, and Steve Adams sees something that he didn't like or sees something that he wants to exploit one way or the other. He calls the timeout with 1:45 to go in the first quarter. We're glad to be with you tonight here at the Hornets Nest, and we're going to be back on a busy week next week. Mostly here next week, and one game over at Mansfield, but we will be right back here on Monday night, and that should be a very good boys game Monday night as the Hornets take on Liberty. The Liberty boys undefeated on the season, and we had a chance to see Liberty and Mansfield, and Noah Spencer was just on his game that night. As Liberty just got that early lead, and there was no looking back. That should be an excellent game. We hope to have that for you. I hope to have a good game for you Monday night, but right now it's 6-2. Wellsboro looks to move ahead by a greater margin. McClure gets it to Callahan, working it into Manning, but it's knocked away. And Liam, though, fights back, gets it, puts his shot up from the wing, and Liam Manning tickles the twine for her first basket. 8-2 now with 1:15 to play. Liam Manning, 17-point game average. Finds the net for the first time, and we're going to get a foul, and that's going to go against Connor Adams, a little over-aggressive on that play. His first foul. And Isaac Keene does return, and he comes back in for Campbell. Hayes Campbell sits. And back in for Wyalusing is Hunter Moss. And Callahan. Nice acrobatic play off the inbounds pass for the steal. Gets it to Adams, but Connor can't connect, and Burke comes back down with it. Burke tries to get his pass over to Keshawn Cameron, but that pass a little too hard to handle from the position he was in. Final minute of play. Probably not too much from this first quarter. Wyalusing wants to put in the highlight reel at this point. Cold shooting quarter. They have not made a field goal. Stop popping and dropping the three-pointer. Connor Adams trifecta. and Wellsboro has gone up by 9 points early. And remember what we said, we have not had a lead change on Blue Ridge this season after the 1 minute mark of the first quarter. Here's Cameron. Cameron puts his shot up and he misses everything. Wyalusing has got to settle down here. Ryan Sweet, another one of the many football players that play basketball as well as football for the Hornets. Ryan Sweet, 6'2", defensive end. Now out there to exploit the Wyalusing defense. Shot taken by Adams. That will not go. They got to hurry and they won't get the shot away. And the first quarter does end with a score after 1 period of play. Wellsboro 11 and Wyalusing 2. So Wellsboro had everything their way, and probably Coach Adams is saying, boy, great defense. Too bad we didn't even get a few more points out of it, as the Wellsboro defense holds Wyalusing without a field goal in the first quarter. Just 2 points in that frame. 11 points for the home team. For Wyalusing, the 2 foul shots from Mitchell Burke. For Wellsboro, Connor Adams has 3 points. 2 points for Liam Manning. 2 points for Peyton McClure. And 4 points for Darren Callahan. No player in the game on either squad has more than 1 foul. So the fouls shouldn't be an issue. As we look down to the corner, and tonight, if you want, there on channel 36, you'll be able to get, or 55 there, you'll be able to get the highlights as Ryan Campbell's here. Ryan worked with me for several years when he was a student at Mansfield High School. He went to York College and now on the sports staff for channel 36. Wellsboro now out to the 11-point lead, 13-2. Off of that basket from Keene. Wyalusing looking for anyone who can get that field goal. Callahan kicks it back out, and there's a 3-point basket. Peyton McClure showing what he can do, and right now, what we thought was going to be a good tight game between 2 3-1 teams, it's turned into a 16-2 Wellsboro 14-point lead with 7:21 to go, and Wyalusing taking a much-needed timeout as they see this game rapidly slipping away from them, as they've just got to figure what they can do offensively to stay competitive. Because if Peyton McClure now is going to start to hit those 3-pointers, it'll be a long trek back on Route 6 East for Wyalusing. Graydon Cobb coming into the front court. Adams is on him, gets it over to Burke. And there's the ball that's almost stolen away by Callahan, and it is stolen away by Callahan. Adams at the top of the key. Almost losing it was Callahan, but Callahan takes a shot, misses. Manning gets the rebound. Keene with his shot, he misses everything. And the rebound comes down to Mitchell Burke. There we go. The seal is off the hoop, and we'll see what Wyalusing can do. Sophomore Blake Morningstar gets the basket, 16-4. See if that gives the green-clad Rams some energy. Well, Liam Manning's going to sap him of that energy real quick as he gets a basket underneath. Liam's got 4, the lead back to 14. Trying to work it inside, taken by, and there they drain the 3. Nice shot there for Isaiah Way. 3-point basket. To say Wyalusing needed that would be understating the obvious. Here goes Callahan. Callahan met by Burke. And Mitchell Burke, do they assess him with a foul, or is it going in another direction? It is Mitchell Burke. His first foul. Darren Callahan. Shot spins out, no good. We'll see Drew Manning for the first time. The junior steps on the court. And Callahan gets the second to fall. 19-7. We'll see if that 3-point basket can spark Wyalusing a bit here. Grayson. Over to Morningstar. Nice move there, but too hard shot by Mitchell Burke. He misses from underneath after making a good solid move to the basket. And another empty Wyalusing possession. Here's Adams. Cut off at the pass, driving underneath, but cut off nicely. But here goes Manning. Manning had a step there, can't get it to fall. Burke gets the rebound. Working it up to Hunter Moss. Abram Bennett into the middle. And a good move and a good-looking sophomore, Blake Morningstar, nice-looking sophomore. And he's got 4 now off of the bench. 3-point shot launched there that doesn't go by Keene. And Wyalusing now looking to string a couple of baskets together and get this under 10 points. Leaving him wide open. Morningstar tempted to take the 3 and does. He front rims it. And he took the bait. Wellsboro gave him the shot and he missed. Isaac Keene driving the lane. Spinning move there nicely. No good. Manning crashes the board, though, allows Keene to get a follow-up shot and allows him to score. That basket was made by Liam Manning. He kept that play alive. And then Isaac Keene was the recipient of good fortune as the ball bounced right back to him and he scores. Burke comes into the paint. Burke goes up and he's hacked and whacked and he'll go to the line. Mitchell Burke. See who gets the foul for the Hornets. And it'll be Drew Manning. His first foul, 4th team foul. 4 players all have 1 foul apiece for Wellsboro. Mitchell Burke gets his 3rd foul shot to fall. He's 3 for 3 at the line. The dangerous Peyton McClure back into the game as McClure with 1 trifecta on the game. Burke does miss that shot. He's now 3 of 4 from the foul line. Manning being guarded by Burke. Manning's got a couple-inch height advantage. Wyalusing able to knock it away, though. And, oh, they find it wide open. Cameron underneath. Kashawn Cameron. And Steve Adams didn't like that, and he's going to take a full timeout as Cameron was left alone there underneath. And Coach Adams getting the defense regrouped with the 21-10 lead. At the half, we'll take a look at some of the scores from last night's NTL action. Also the latest district information came out. We'll take a look at that as well. We can tell you the one game was postponed tonight, and that was the Canton-Mansfield game. That game off the books at first. I thought it was just the wrestling program that was put on pause, but Canton, which lost so many football games earlier this season as well, now the virus hitting again in the school district, and both the basketball boys and girls off the table for a couple of weeks, and not sure if they're going to make those games up or not. I mean, depending how many games they have to play and how long they miss, it could be a little bit of a challenge to get them all in. So, but with no shootout or showdown this year at Mansfield University's Decker Gym, maybe not as critical. Here we go with Cameron. He misses his shot. They're 3 for 5 from the foul line now. Second shot coming up, and he misses them both. So when you're down by double digits, you can ill afford to miss both foul shots. Here's Connor Adams back over to McClure. McClure has his pass batted away, and it goes skyward, but Manning again keeps it alive. Manning puts it up too hard off the back glass, though, and the ball comes down to Nolan Oswald, who's in the game now. Nolan Oswald. And there's a pass that they're trying to get it to Burke, and that goes astray, so another empty possession for the Rams. Into the front court comes Adams. Keene has a shot blocked. Nice play there by Oswald. Nolan Oswald, who just came into the game, has a steal and a block. But can they turn it into points? Oswald working it over to Burke. They kick it outside to Cameron. Cameron's shot won't go. And Wellsboro limits Wyalusing to one attempt. Here goes Callahan. He had a step on his defender, but Darren just can't get it to fall. He had that extra step there and had a good look, just couldn't get the basket. Again, we're pleased to be with you on the streaming service as well as the Blue Ridge Cable Television. And there's a double dribble that takes place as well. So, and now Wyalusing's going deeper into the bench. As Josh Stoddard, well, I'm going to guess that is not Josh Stoddard. It's probably Graydon Cobb back in. Wyalusing does have 2 players with jersey 23, but we're going to assume that's the starter, Grayson Cobb. Although the coach could be frustrated enough, it could be Josh Stoddard. Off the glass, Liam Manning puts it in. Liam with 6, Wellsboro's high scorer, and the lead now goes to 13. That's the largest margin so far tonight. Cobb, 3-point shot, but he might have got away with that in the NBA, but it's going to be a travel violation in the NTL as he took a couple steps before firing up that shot. So Wyalusing just out of sync tonight. Just can't seem to get their game together. And part of that, the good defense that is a hallmark of Wellsboro basketball. Here goes McClure. McClure cut off by Grayson. Here's Manning again. Liam's feeling it. And the glass is his friend. Liam Manning banks it home. And we're almost halfway to being mercy ruled here. Here goes Grayson. Nice move there. And Grayson Cobb gets his first 2 of the game. 25-12. With only 42 seconds to go, Wellsboro looks like they might just be content to go in with a 13-point lead or 15 or 16. They're going to hold it for one shot with 25 seconds to go. Back out front, it comes again to Connor Adams. Coach Adams now saying to go. Telling him to go, 7 seconds to go. Here goes Manning. Manning's got that bank shot perfected. Liam Manning banking it in. And it may not have been a perfect half, but Wellsboro really played almost a perfect half, taking a 27-12 lead into halftime. In that quarter, Wyalusing did put double digits up. They had 10 points, but the problem is Wellsboro put up 16 points for the 27-12 lead. We're at halftime right now, and we're going to go over a couple things with you as we have a 10-minute break. First of all, we're going to look at District 4 scores from last evening that we have. A lot of games going on in District 4, and we have the scores for you. It was Troy 63 and Sayre 40. Troy just playing wonderful basketball right now. Mifflinburg defeated Jersey Shore 72-47. Southern Columbia beat Warrior Run 53-45. Bloomsburg 71, Milton 40. Lewisburg edged Central Mountain 48-45. Shamokin defeated Shikellamy 58-44. It was Central Columbia 60, Hughesville 43. Danville 69, Selinsgrove 48. South Williamsport destroyed Benton, Mercy rolling there, 82-24. Montoursville beat Northwestern 56-20. Mount Carmel over Midwest 78-62. Montgomery 46, Millville 44. Columbia Montour Votech won a game. They beat Bucktail 39-34. Holy Redeemer upset Loyalsock. That's significant, 61-59. Significant in the AAA standings, which Wellsboro is a part of. Anytime you can tag a loss onto Loyalsock, not a bad thing. In girls basketball, it was Bucktail 39, Columbia Montour 36, Millville 40, Montgomery 24, Bloomsburg 55, Loyalsock 38, Wyalusing 50, Kawaneski Valley 29. Athens defeated North Penn Liberty 62-16. Mercy rolled there. Mifflinburg 34, Bellefonte 29. Sullivan County defeated St. John Newman 61-32. North Penn Mansfield got a victory. Coach Dominic with the win, 49-40 over Williamson. Northwest Area 50, Muncie 21. And our game last night here, Northeast Bradford 59 and Wellsboro 24. A couple other games that we didn't mention last night in the boys. We saved those for the end, the NTL games. North Penn Mansfield defeated Kawaneski Valley 61-40. Canton was victorious over Towanda 51-35. And Troy, as we said earlier, they did beat Sayre 63-40. As we take a deep look there at the NTL scores. Also, right now, we mentioned that was a key loss for Loyalsock last night. That puts Wellsboro, really, that's the first loss for Loyalsock. They're 7-1 now because, as we've been led to believe this year, all district games are going to be played at the higher-seeded team's home court all through the district playoffs. There'll be no games on neutral sites, so the rankings are going to be very significant because if you're the top-ranked team, you're going to run all the way to the district championship game on your court. And certainly the Hornets, a surprise team so far, with a 3-1 record. They haven't played as many games, but now Loyalsock's got a loss at 7-1. Troy's 5-1. Mount Carmel's 5-1. Central Columbia's 5-1. So a lot of teams right there at the top of the standings, which could impact how many home games you get in the playoffs. So it's going to be fun several weeks in the NTL. It'll be a fun several weeks here. And tonight, really just a surprise. I'm not sure anybody thought that Wellsboro would be dominating like they are in the early going tonight, because to have a 15-point lead on a team with only one loss like Wyalusing and a good ball club, it's surprising, a little bit surprising. But Wellsboro's played a great basketball game so far, and they've done extremely well. as we said, in the boys basketball right now, you have Loyal Sock with 1 loss, Central Columbia 1 loss, Troy with 1 loss, Mount Carmel with 1 loss, and Wellsboro with 1 loss. And then South Williamsport has, Warrior Run only has 1 loss too. They're 2-1. South Williamsport with 2 losses at 4-2. So as we said, with the district games just being played on the site of the higher seeded team, those seedings are going to be very important as it comes down to who wins the district, because also once the state playoffs start, only the district champion in each classification will be in the playoffs. They're not going to be taking 2 or 3 teams this year, or 4 teams in some cases, and you lose the game, you're out. You lose the game, you're out. So once again, you're going to be looking at a lot of jockeying for position, and unfortunately, now if you're in a situation like Canton, getting games postponed and that, you're going to really have some trouble making the games up. Right now, we would like to welcome our audience on Blue Ridge Television to our broadcast. We've been here with the streaming service so far, and we welcome our good friends for Blue Ridge Television. Welcome aboard. You'll have the second half to enjoy tonight. And right now, the Wellsboro Hornets played almost a perfect half. It's 27-12. They jumped out to the early lead. They led 11-2 at the quarter, and then they mushroomed it out to 27-12 at halftime. Just some good lockdown defense. In fact, for Wyalusing, they did not make a field goal in the entire first quarter. Only points was 2 points out of Mitchell Burke from the foul line in the first quarter. Got a little more scoring in the second, but Wellsboro with the comfortable lead. Scoring for Wellsboro in that first half, Peyton McClure had 5 points. Connor Adams scored 3. Isaac Keene had 4. 5 points for Darren Callahan. And Liam Manning, double digits. Liam already has 10 points as he's fallen in love with that bank shot. He's banked a couple, about 3 or 4 of his baskets right off the basket and in. For a struggling Wyalusing team, 3 points for Mitchell Burke, 2 points for Graydon Cobb, 3 points for Isaiah Way, 4 points for Blake Morningstar. No player on either team has more than 1 foul. Drew Manning, Connor Adams, Liam Manning, Darren Callahan, 1 foul for the Hornets. And then for Wyalusing, 1 foul on Mitchell Burke, 1 on Graydon Cobb, 1 on Abram Bennett, and 1 on Hunter Moss. So 27-12 is the score right now with 2:21 to play. And with this lead, I should mention as well, once again, Blue Ridge Television proud to be not sponsoring, but proud to be partnering with your local Pizza Hut. And anytime Wellsboro wins on a Blue Ridge game, you go down to Pizza Hut tonight, you go down to Pizza Hut tomorrow, just say Wellsboro won on Blue Ridge, and you're going to get 15% off your order for dine-in or carry-out. So again, this pertains to any Wellsboro game that we do on Blue Ridge. 15% off your order, and that'll be good tonight, and it'll be good all day and tomorrow night. Just say Wellsboro wins, and you're going to be a winner as well. And we do thank the area Pizza Hut. The same offer will be in effect for Mansfield games at the local Mansfield Pizza Hut. But tonight it's all about Wellsboro. So 15% off your dine-in or carry-out if the Hornets are able to hold on to this 15-point lead. And if you're Wyalusing right now, the big thing they just got to do is score points. They're averaging 52 points a game, and to only have 12 at halftime, not even going to come close to what their average is. So I look for a much better performance from Wyalusing. They do have some good players. Mitchell Burke, leading scorer, averaging over 15 a game. Graydon Cobb, certainly much stronger than his 2 points in the first half would have stated. So I think you're going to see a different Wyalusing team here, but Coach Adams, he's got a lockdown defense, and Wellsboro always plays that tough D, so it is going to be a challenge for Wyalusing, and we'll see how the second half plays out. And again, we're glad to have you with us on the streaming service. We're certainly glad to have you with us on the Blue Ridge Cable Television Network. For Wellsboro in the second half, Liam Manning is out on the court with Isaac Keene, with Connor Adams, with Darren Callahan, with the talented sophomore Peyton McClure, as they try to lock down victory number 4 this season. Mitchell Burke getting it across court to Lucas Milne. Milne was kept off the board in the first half. He's one of only 2 seniors in the on the roster for Wyalusing, so they are a relatively young club. Here's Hunter Moss. They run a nice weave. There's a shot that goes off the front of the rim, and another shot that's short by Graydon Cobb. He's front rimmed quite a few of them so far. Now the Hornets look to get their biggest lead of the game. 15 points, the lead they had at the half was their biggest lead. And they move it right in off the glass, and scoring 2 more is Darren Callahan. Callahan now with 7, and the lead now has gone to 17, and Wellsboro just can't buy a basket. And there's Liam Manning shutting that play down in the paint. Here go the Hornets on a run out. Getting it over to Connor Adams. Adams thought about it, pulls it back out. Back over to McClure. He gets it over to Isaac Keene. Here's McClure. He already has 1 3. He won't get 2 on that one as Burke gets the rebound. And here comes Graydon Cobb. Cobb kicks it back outside to Bennett. Shot there by Burke. That won't go. Out front is Connor Adams working it inside, and it goes off the foot of Darren Callahan, and the ball turned over to the green-clad Wyalusing Rams. Wellsboro's only loss this season was a game they controlled at Athens, and then Athens came back to win that game late, or the Hornets would be sporting a perfect record on the season. They keep running this weave, this kind of like a Globetrotters type weave play, and it results in a long 3-point basket, and that goes in, and Hunter Moss saying finally. He's had a couple of those tries, finally connects, and he's going to need to connect a lot more to get them back in the game with 5:25 to go, because Wellsboro can milk the clock with the best of them. There's a ball that's tipped away by Graydon Cobb. Cobb into the front court, kicks it over. Nice fake there, and they try to move it in for a better shot. Lucas Milne does walk with it then, but Milne put a nice fake on, but then he picked up his dribble and then walked with it. A shot after the initial fake may have been the best option, but hindsight is 20/20. And now turning around and walking with it is Isaac Keene. So Wellsboro turns the ball over themselves, and it is a Wyalusing possession. Again, only parents in the stands tonight. So we're glad to have you with us on the streaming service. We're glad to have you with us, of course, on the Blue Ridge Television Network. Wellsboro comes up empty on that possession as a steal for Cobb. Over to Abram Bennett. Cobb kicks it back outside. Long 3-pointer from the corner. That's not going to work for Abram Bennett. Bennett hasn't scored tonight, but he looked to cut the lead down a little bit to 11, but he can't do it as we're almost midway through the third quarter. and the Hornets on cruise control. There is McClure. He can't get that to fall, but Manning gets the offensive board, works it back to Connor Adams, makes sure he was behind the three-point line. That was a great play by Connor Adams. He just took a little step further back, and the talented sophomore gets his second three. And with Adams and McClure just being sophomores, the future bright in the backcourt for Wellsboro. The foul's going to go against Adams. He's the first player with 2 fouls. And coming back in for Wyalusing is Isaiah Ray. Jump shot there, that won't go. That was Ray trying that shot. And the rebound comes down to Isaac Keene. Wellsboro again equaling their biggest lead of 17 points. There's McClure trying a three. He back rims that, no good. Fight for the rebound, and it comes down, and finally an easy basket for the Rams. They haven't had too many easy ones, but they get it there with Hunter Moss. So we'll see in the last 3 minutes if the Hornets or the Rams can put on a surge a little bit. And their help there as the Wellsboro turns it over off the foot of the Wellsboro player. We talked about the significance of this game for Wellsboro because they only have 1 loss on the season. And Loyalsock, you know, you're always in trouble when you're in the same division with Loyalsock. But Loyalsock lost their first game of the year last night, and that just kind of opens things up a little bit. They lost to Holy Redeemer 61-59. So that they have 7 wins already, but that is their first loss. And that puts them right in the mix there with Central Columbia, Troy, Mount Carmel, Wellsboro, all with 1 loss. Warrior Run with 1 loss, but they've only played 3 games so far this season, with their schedule being impacted by the virus. So Wellsboro keeps winning. Chance of some home games in the playoffs certainly are a possibility. There's a 3-pointer from outside, and that ball is going to be jammed against the rim and the backboard, and it's an alternate possession jump ball, and it goes to the Hornets. Probably Wyalusing was saying, man, that thing was going to go right in. It was going to bank right in, and we wouldn't be down 15 anymore. We'd be down 12. Here goes Manning. Manning drives it right in, and Liam can't put it in, but he gets his own rebound, misses again, and then following that shot up was Callahan, and he scores. So Callahan gets the lead back to 17, and we're doubled. 3-point basket. That's what we were told, that Hunter Moss was a very effective 3-point shooter. We hadn't seen it, but we have now. But McClure's going to try to answer back. No good, but there's Manning with the offensive rebound. There's Manning with a putback. Liam Manning. Well played, young man. 36-20 as he was got that rebound and put it right back in. He's having a big game. Nice shot there, but Burke can't get it to fall. He got good position, did everything right, except he couldn't convert it for the 2. A run out now off the steal. Driving it and missing it was Graydon Cobb, who's having a very frustrating night so far. But he will go to the line for 2 shots. As this foul was committed by McClure, that's his first foul. Cobb's first shot does go in. Boy, you got to make these foul shots because when you're down by 15, 16 points like that, you have to cut it at the foul line with the clock not running. And they do. So Cobb now has 4, 36-22. And we do see now Wyalusing is picking up the pressure in the backcourt. A bit of an all-court press. It was a soft press, but nevertheless, they were putting an a press on there, which at this point in the game they have to do. Because absolutely they have to be pressing. 1:22 to go. Here's McClure. McClure works it over to Keene. Keene back outside to Callahan. And there's going to be the Euro step hasn't made it to the NTL yet. They do call travel on that one. Somewhat obvious. Drew Manning now comes back into play with his brother. Or I should say Liam has come out of the game. So Drew will be in. Drew Manning. Liam comes out, getting a little bit of a rest, probably for the end of the half, end of the quarter, for the last minute or so, and then the time between quarters. Jump shot there from close in. No basket there as it rims out by Isaiah Way. Way still has only 3 points tonight. Almost losing it was Adams. And a nice steal, but Adams gets it right back. And then he's bodied off the ball for a foul on Hunter Moss. Moss showing some of his frustration there. His second foul. And that is only the first team foul on Wyalusing. So they can afford to be putting on an all-court press. They're not in any foul trouble. And maybe they can convert some turnovers to get some easy baskets. But a big maybe. Here goes McClure, back over to Adams, 12 seconds to go. Connor goes in, and he draws the foul. Nice play by Connor Adams. He wasn't in the best position for the shot, but he was able to contort his body in such a way that he was hacked and whacked and gets to go to the foul line. And the foul goes on Mitchell Burke. So far, really, Wyalusing no impact here in the quarter. They were down by 15 points at the half, and with 10 seconds to go in the third quarter, they're back down by 15 once again. Adams hits the first free throw. Missed shot there, but Wyalusing throws it away. And the coaching staff at Wyalusing just a bit perplexed as to what has happened tonight. As again, our Blue Ridge streak's going to be intact. No lead changes any games we've had after the first minute of play. And Wellsboro got that first basket early, and they've just expanded on their lead. So after 3 periods of play, it's 37-22 in that period. Wellsboro scored 10 points, and Wyalusing scored 10 points. But Wyalusing can ill afford to match their total with Wellsboro. They need to be cutting into that deficit, and they'll have 1 quarter to do so. Our next broadcast, and this should be a dandy on Monday night, will be right back here at the Hornets' Nest. Liberty, the Mounties, undefeated in Class A, and don't let Class A fool you, because boy, Liberty can't buy a break. They got a great team this year, but they got to somehow get ahead of St. John Newman, who in some quarters is ranked as the #1 single-A school in the entire state, with the Hill brothers leading the way for St. John Newman, and also a transfer from Williamsport High School on that team as well. Possibly, they say, the best Newman team they've had since the days of Alizé Johnson a few years ago, who's now in the NBA, I believe, with the Toronto Raptors. So 1 more quarter to play. Hornets lead by 15. Wyalusing cannot afford long possessions. They're going to have to try to shoot, and shoot quickly. Connor Adams is able to knock it right away from Graydon Cobb. And now Mitchell Burke will look to inbound. The inbound pass goes astray. And here comes Wellsboro right back down with it. Adams Callahan, Manning. Manning puts it up forcefully, and he's fouled. Liam Manning already with 12 points, the game-high score. Misses his first foul shot, gets another try. Missed them both. Burke gets it over to Morningstar. Morningstar is going to travel with it. Blake Morningstar. He came in off the bench to score a quick 4 points in the second quarter. But since then, Morningstar, the star has been dimming. Again, Wyalusing now putting on a soft press. Now they pick up the intensity. Manning give and go with Callahan. Callahan too hard off the glass. No good. The method was there. The result just didn't take hold. Nice move by Graydon Cobb, and Cobb just cannot buy baskets tonight. He's got 4 points, 2 on the foul line, so only 1 field goal for Graydon Cobb. Working the ball over to Manning. Manning, who's been deadly off the glass, does not get this one to fall, though. A lot of contact there, but no call. Could have gone either way. Probably a good no call with that happening. Abram Bennett, he's going to check back in. Bennett for Morningstar. They'll give away a couple inches in height there. Bennett reported to be a pretty good outside shooter, but like so many players for Wyalusing, just haven't been able to get the ball into the basket tonight. There's a 3-point shot, and that goes perfectly. That's the second one of the game for Isaiah Ray. The lead's at 12. And Manning's going to say, let me increase that lead, but there's a foul. As Manning goes hard to the hole, but he is fouled. And it's going to go against Burke. That's going to be Burke's 3rd foul, first player in the basketball game to commit 3 fouls tonight. Liam missed his last 2 foul shots. Gets the friendly roll on that one. One more try at it. Perfect. And a timeout's going to be taken with 6:30 to play in the game. Does Wyalusing have one more run left in them? If they do, hopefully we'll be getting a great finish. If they don't, remember, head to Pizza Hut, your Wellsboro Pizza Hut after the game tonight or tomorrow, and just say the Wellsboro boys win, and we saw it on Blue Ridge. Or just say the Wellsboro boys win. I'm sure they'll set you up for that 15% discount either way. It's good on takeout if you're not comfortable in dining in, or if you do want to dine in the restaurant, good as well on both dine-in and takeout. We thank our good friends at the Wellsboro and the Mansfield Pizza Huts for taking great interest in high school basketball in the NTL. Out of the timeout come the Hornets. Out of the timeout come the Rams. The Rams with the basketball, and Graydon Cobb into the front court. Works it over to Mitchell Burke. 3-point shot by Isaiah Way, and Isaiah Way has 3 3-pointers now. The lead's down to 11. Maybe they finally have found the hot hand in Isaiah Way, but is it too little, too late? Manning's going to try to make it too late, and he's fouled on the play. As the foul goes against Mitchell Burke, and that's his 4th foul. And Liam Manning heads right back to the foul line. Bangs that off of the rim, no good. Second attempt coming up. Gets that one to fall. Liam averaging 17 points per game. He has 15 tonight. And they're in their weave again that they have there trying to create a shot, but Wellsboro certainly has not had any trouble in keeping them outside off of that weave, but racing to the basket with a nice move. They thought probably Way would try to shoot it from the top of the key, but he didn't. And there goes Manning right in, can't get it to fall. Rebound comes right back down, and Adams gets the basket, and the lead back to 12. So they had cut it to 10, but Connor Adams right in for the basket himself, and the sophomore gets this back to a 12-point lead for the Hornets. So the lead's at 12, coming down to the 5-minute mark. Shot by Cobb. He just cannot buy a basket tonight. Creighton Cobb. He's got one, but he's averaging 15 a game, and if he was shooting his average, we'd probably have a tie game. Picking up his dribble in the lane and scoring, finding the rim to be very friendly, was Isaac Keene, as Wellsboro now back up by 14. They had the lead cut to 10. That's the lowest margin it was since the first moments of the second quarter. It was a 9-point Wellsboro lead at the quarter. Then they got it up to double digits shortly after that. And it stayed double digits all the way. Liam Manning, long pass in off the inbounds. No good though. Quick shot there, and we'll see if the Rams can make Wellsboro pay. Good sportsmanship there by Liam Manning as he fouled the shooter and was the first one there to extend a hand to help pick him up. Liam, a very smart player, because you're playing in underneath and you're banging a lot during the game. He only has 2 fouls, so able to keep himself out of foul trouble. Abram Bennett onto the scoring column for the first time. Abram Bennett, second foul shot. No good. And the rebound comes away, and it comes away too. Isaac Keene, the quarterback in football, gets it over to Liam Manning. Liam can't get that to fall, but slipping through to tip it back in is Darren Callahan. He goes over double digits now. He's got 11 points. He averages 16 points a game. Excuse me, 14 points a game. There's another 3, and the lead is at 12 though, as Cameron makes that one fall. The lead's at 12, 3:44 to go. We'll see if Wellsboro takes a little of the air out of the ball. They don't look like they're looking to do that right now. And Cameron's got to foul Isaac Keene on a good Wellsboro give and go. It's been catch up all night long for Wyalusing. Cameron commits his first foul. And the foul shot is made. And Isaac Keene will have one more opportunity to put the lead back to 14. We'll have to settle for a 13-point lead with 3:33 to go. Nice move in, and the basket goes with a foul. Hunter Moss. Hunter Moss drives in and gets fouled. And that's going to be the third foul on Liam Manning with 3:27 to go. And they look to cut it to 10 again, which is the closest they've been since early in the second quarter. 47-37. Here's Adams. Over to McClure. 3:15 to go. Peyton McClure being hounded by Cobb. Back over to Connor Adams. Connor stops, pops, shoots, misses the shot. Rebound comes down to Wyalusing. They've got to go quickly. Here goes Cobb, puts up a running one-hander and scores. Graydon Cobb, and we got an 8-point game with 2:50 to go. Mild comeback on part of the Rams right now. We'll see if Wellsboro gets a little more patient with the ball here and possibly even going into a stall. And that's what Steve Adams wants to talk over with the team. They've got the 8-point lead, and the question is, how does Wellsboro want to play it? Continue to be aggressive or take the air out of the ball a little bit? And on the Wyalusing side, they finally got the shots to fall, and you can see that they're a good club. They've got a lot of offensive options. They just could not buy a basket in really the first half. 12 points for the entire first half usually is not going to win you any basketball games. But they are starting to gel now, but is there enough time to continue this comeback? So interesting strategy to see how tight a defense Wyalusing is going to start to play. And then with Wellsboro, are they going to be aggressive to the basket, or are they going to try to take the air out of the ball a little bit? So interesting strategy on both sides. Wyalusing does have 6 team fouls, so Wellsboro will have to be making their foul shots here. Wyalusing probably will start hacking and a whacking to put them on the free throw line if they can't get a steal. Or if they feel that Wellsboro is possibly going into a stall, they may have to foul. So we'll see what happens here with 2:40 to play. Here's McClure. McClure being hounded by Cobb. Back over to Callahan into Manning. Manning puts it up. He misses that shot, and the rebound comes down to. It's still loose on the floor, and they're all over it. And it's a jump ball, and it goes to Wyalusing on the jump ball. So Wellsboro did come out a little more aggressive. Not totally aggressive, but when Liam Manning saw an opening, he did take it. Missed the shot, unfortunately, for Wellsboro. And now Wyalusing, who's been quiet, they've cut it to 8. Can they get it down to 6 or 5? Key possession in this game right now. But before that, we're going to have a walking call there as Cobb took too many steps on the drive to the basket. And Wyalusing can't afford those turnovers at this point. They got to at least get a shot. Here goes Adams. Adams into the front court. 2 minutes to play. Again, Wyalusing can't be overly patient on the defensive end. They might have to foul here. Adams left open, shoots and scores. Connor Adams, they kind of dared him to shoot, hoping he would miss. Connor did not, and the lead back to 10. Long three-point shot there, and that connects again. Isaiah Way, 4th three-pointer now. He's got 14 points, and the lead's at 7. They pressure McClure. McClure gets it over to Callahan. Callahan to Keene. 125. They're going to have to foul here, but Wellsboro goes for the shot and misses, and the rebound comes down to. It's a jump ball. Kind of Wyalusing kind of felt there was not a jump, that their man had the possession. They're not did not like that jump ball call, but jump ball call nevertheless, and the possession arrow belongs to Wellsboro. Here's Adams. Adams works it over to Callahan. Back over to Adams, and the ball comes loose, but they get it back to Keene. I don't know why Wyalusing is not fouling. They finally do, but they let a lot of time get off that clock with only 1:02 to play in a 7-point game. They probably needed to start hacking and a whacking there a little bit sooner. So it will be 1-1. So key foul shots to be taken here. Connor Adams. Connor in double figures with 11 points tonight. Will get 1-1. And right now, if you're Wellsboro, you got to keep a man on Isaiah Way coming off the bench in the second half with 4 3-point baskets. And they missed the foul shot. So you've got to be looking for Isaiah Way. He wears jersey number 15. And now a timeout for Wyalusing with 54 seconds to go. The lead's been chipped down to 7, but Wyalusing has less than a minute in which to wipe out a 7-point deficit. I would have to think they're going to try to come off the inbounds play with a screen and let Way take a shot. As I say, he's made 4 3-pointers here in the second half, and he clearly has been by far the most important offensive weapon that they've had tonight. Wellsboro's committed 4 team fouls. So we'll have to just see what the strategy calls for. But again, they just haven't had many other scoring options tonight other than Isaiah Way, the only player with double digits for Wyalusing. All right, now Way standing off to the side. And he's being played by Callahan. Here is Cobb. Cobb tries to get it to Way, and it was stolen away by Callahan, but he really didn't have good control and winds up turning it over himself then. But if nothing else, the Hornets have chipped more time off this clock. Connor Adams picking up Cobb. They're trying to really get Way free, and Callahan is sticking to him like glue right now. So somebody else is going to have to shoot, and it is Abram Bennett who shoots and scores. And we got a 5-point game. They're going to have to try to steal or foul, and they do foul here with 24 seconds to go. So we have a 1-and-1 situation here as the young sophomore, whose minutes, obviously with Joe Grab not being in Wellsboro, one of those players who's picked up a lot of minutes is the young sophomore Peyton McClure. And now he's on the foul line with 24 seconds to go. First shot comes out, and Manning comes up with the rebound, and he tips it over to Isaac Keene. They got the miss. The Wyalusing coach not too pleased with that transaction. Felt his player was not very aggressive in going for that rebound, and Liam Manning was aggressive. So back at the line now with 20 seconds to go. This foul shot goes in. 50-44. This is going to be the critical one because this could make it a 3-possession game. If the lead gets to 7, it could be a 3-possession game here. And it is. 2 big foul shots for Isaac Keene. So here we go. They get it over to Way. Way's going to shoot a long 3-pointer. That one just misses. That would have cut it to 4 points. And now there's another foul, and it looks like Wellsboro certainly is going to survive. A little bit of a scare here in the fourth quarter, but the Hornets never lost control of this game in any way, shape, or form. And Isaac Keene made those last 2 foul shots. And Isaac Keene stands at the foul line again, attempting to make more foul shots. Man, he does. That's the man you don't want to foul at this point in the game. So Wellsboro goes to 4-1 with their victory tonight. And they hand Wyalusing their second loss of the season. Missed shot there. Coming down with it is Cobb. Will he get a shot off before the buzzer sounds? He will. Misses that off the glass. Coming down with the rebound is Callahan. And a nice professional victory tonight for the Wellsboro Rams. Well, the Wellsboro Hornets over the Wyalusing Rams. 52-44 in that fourth quarter. Wyalusing, by far their best quarter of the night. 18 points for Wyalusing in that fourth quarter. Wellsboro had 15. And Wellsboro wins the game by the 52-44 margin. Here are the scoring totals in the game for Wyalusing. Mitchell Burke, 3 points. Graydon Cobb, 6 points. Abram Bennett, 3 points. Kashawn Cameron, 3 points. Hunter Moss, 11 points. Blake Morningstar, 4 points. And off the bench to help make this game closer than it possibly you thought it was going to be, with 14 points and 4 second-half three-pointers, Isaiah Way. For Wellsboro, good balanced scoring. Wellsboro put 4 players into double figures tonight. Peyton McClure, I didn't do that all game. Peyton McClure had 5 points. And then Connor Adams had 11. Isaac Keene had 10. Darren Callahan had 11. And Liam Manning had 15. So well-balanced scoring with 4 of the Hornets with 10 points or more. So good victory tonight for Wellsboro. They go to 4-1 on the season. And we're going to be back here on Monday night. That should be a humdinger. Monday night, Liberty, one of the top single A teams in the state, will be here. And the Wellsboro Hornets will look to win at home at the Hornets' Nest, and we'll be here for that game. So once again, we do thank everybody for allowing us to be a part of your Thursday night viewing. Don't forget, if you've got the munchies, the Hornets do win, so 15% off your carry-out or dine-in order tonight through tomorrow on Wellsboro's Pizza Hut's restaurant. You get that 15% discount. Looking ahead at our schedule for next week on Blue Ridge Television, we'll have a busy week next week on Blue Ridge with at least 4 games to come your way. Monday night, as we said, we'll have the game between the Wellsboro boys and the Liberty boys. Then Tuesday night, we'll be here with the Wellsboro girls against Troy. Thursday, the Wellsboro girls against Towanda. And then next Friday, we didn't forget about Mansfield. We'll be back at Mansfield High School for their game with Troy. So games next week on the Blue Ridge on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So a busy week next week. We certainly hope the weather will cooperate as we get to the literally midpoint already of this protracted high school basketball season. On behalf of Tom Freeman and Blue Ridge Cable and our good friends here at Wellsboro High School, Steve Adams and his staff, and of course everyone connected with the athletic program, Matt Rendos and Todd Outman. This is Chris Vaughn. We thank you for allowing Blue Ridge Cable Television to be a part of your Thursday night viewing. Take care, everyone, and good night.